So for us in retail, customer comes first and then comes everything. So hence, a lot of organizations these days are working on OKRs rather than the KRAs. The information that needs to be passed on both ways, from the corporate office to the retail store, from the retail stores to the corporate office, needs to become more fast. So, hi Ryan, thank you so much for having me on your show. It's a wonderful feeling to be part of this show because I've gone through your couple of podcasts and I see the kind of knowledge sharing that happens on this show is like very incredible.
Thanks.
Yeah, a very surreal moment for me to be part of this show. Very frankly speaking.
That's awesome. Well,
thank you so much.
We're grateful to have you. I think we work with Sangeetha Mobiles on benefits, but the company's been around for like over 50 years, and you came in a few years back to lead people as their CHRO. So I think we'd love to understand, what did that look like when you came in?
I not only handle HR, but I also handle learning and development. The other biggest task that I have in my hand is to upskill the team. Okay, so but I do have a very strategic plan, again, a strategic roadmap for upskilling my team members. So from the time a person joins the organization, to make sure that person takes promotion and go to the next level, I build a roadmap, not only for the frontline team who work in the retail store, but also for the corporate team members.
Got it.
So for us in retail, customer comes first and then comes everything. So now to customer to be happy, to customer to get that satisfaction getting into Sangeetha, so there are a lot of things that we have to put in place, and we have put in place. That is the task. So what is those tasks are? How are you treating your customer when they are in your store? Okay, how are you treating what kind of experience are you giving to your customer when they are visiting your website? So these are the tasks that has been given, and we have built everything around it. Today, if you go to any Sangeetha store, you will not only see a beautiful store, but you'll also see knowledgeable people.
Can you maybe, for the audience, could you compare and contrast OKRs versus KRAs? I think that actually might be helpful for people. And then what could it look like if we went from a, say, KRA-based measurement to an OKR-based measurement for somebody at your company?
So the difference, the major difference between KRAs and OKRs are, KRAs are the organization level responsibilities, where one department takes that, I have certain amount to achieve by the year ending. And OKR can be an individual level or a department level achievements, and which are measurable on time-to-time basis. So hence, a lot of organizations these days are working on OKRs rather than the KRAs. So the KRAs are used to evaluate the performance of the team, whereas the OKRs are evaluated on the performance of the task.
Or like a project.
Yeah, projects and things like that. That is how it is.
And you mentioned this was something that you advocated for certain roles within your own company. Could you give that example of what current KRA that somebody sticks with, and what, if we did it on the flip side, what would the OKR look like? So
now, if you look at the organization level, example for the operations, retail operations, they have certain tasks which are the year-long tasks. Like by year ending, you are supposed to open so many stores. Now, for the same team, there is also a task that is given for any new launch product. You are supposed to sell this many products within certain period of time. Say there is a product launched today, and within next 15 days, we wanted to see this many pieces sold. And that will be measured basis this 15 days of sale. So it is a task-based evaluation. OKRs. In retail, it started earlier, it wasn't there, but now most of the retail organizations have started these OKR.
Managing, a lot of our audience maybe come from IT or product companies, and they don't appreciate maybe the challenges that it takes to build an amazing people organization in the retail industry. What does that look like? Could you maybe educate our audience on the unique challenges of leading people in the retail space?
See, one of the challenges is HOD reaching to the last mile.
How many stores do you have? Maybe
we have 800 stores across India. 3,000 plus employees working. Now, a managing director reaching it to the last mile is very challenging these days because we have so much of hierarchies in between. So the information that passes on is from managing director, it goes to the business operations head, from operations head it goes to the business head, from business head it goes to the sales head, from sales head it goes to, by the time it reaches by the time the information reaches to the last mile, it takes a lot of time. Now, a lot of organizations, including our organization, we are all working on agile hierarchy. We call it as agile hierarchy, wherein we wanted to reduce these hierarchies, the information that needs to be passed on both ways, from the corporate office to the retail store, from the retail stores to the corporate office, needs to become more fast.
Yeah.
And that will only happen when you reduce this hierarchies. But right now, in today's world, the tech is so advanced that you do not need so much of hierarchies.
You mean you can have one manager managing more people?
To handle more than 50 to 60 stores. So in between, the cluster managers or area managers and all of those things can be removed and given another opportunity for them.
And why? And how is that? I mean, you mentioned technology allows that person now to manage 50 stores. What's changed for them?
So for example, so for me, if I'm handling 10 stores, I need to visit this 10 stores. That is basis that only I've arranged one area manager. The reason being because I wanted him to visit this 10 stores, manage, mentor this 10 stores. So it becomes very easy for him to manage this 10 stores. If I give him 20 stores, will he be able to manage that 20 stores? He wouldn't. But you provide the technology wherein he can sit at one place and manage this entire 20 stores.
So between
then
video calling,
do not need
reporting.
Too many hierarchies over there. So the person sitting at one place can, and then tech enables that.
Yeah. And then what else, what other benefits have you seen from implementing Agile in your org?
So one is easy communication and easy monitoring. You don't have to really wait for a month long or a day long to get that information, what is happening in that store. Okay, because the stores will inform to their managers, that manager will inform to their super boss, that boss will important. By the time the information comes to the managing director, it is too long. And for any kind of problems to solve, the thing that can get reduced, the solution that can be provided within a day's time, it is taking weeks' time. We have used one tech which enables to raise tickets.
Yeah.
If there is any challenges in the store. So they raise the ticket, a person sitting in the HO knows that the store has this challenge, and then immediately, within no time, he attends to that ticket that has been raised by the store.
Got it.
So earlier it wasn't like that. When this technology wasn't there, the person have to speak to the manager, then manager have to get in touch with this thing. So much of, because of this hierarchy, there was a challenge. By the time the information comes to the actual person, it was taking time. Now it takes only seconds of time to reach that information to the actual person.
Yeah, and that seems like a straightforward solution for like a retail context. And then the last thing, obviously, staffing, all these stores, retail has its own challenges with hiring, retention, and these sorts of things. And you mentioned gig work is something that is a real part of the future of work and maybe a part of the future of your company. So could you tell us a little bit about how that would look?
See, one of the things that I've picked up this gig thing is looking at how Swiggy or Zomato or Amazon or Flipkart started employing people. Though there is an employment, but getting a right person is becoming very difficult. Now, why it is becoming very difficult is because the working styles have changed, actually. Somebody wanted only to work for 4 hours. He doesn't want to work for 8 hours, but he's very talented and intelligent. Okay, but he doesn't want to work for 12 hours.
Demanding flexibility is okay.
So you try and get these people who wanted to, because organizations like retail, especially in retail, I may not need too many people in the store for the week-long period. Okay, my sales happens in the evening times or in the weekend times.
Sure.
So what I will do is I will ask these people to come and work only for these days. They will come and they'll be paid accordingly. So that becomes more easy, and that also helps the organizations. And not only that, it also boosts the gig economy. And future is going to be like that. If you look at countries like US and Australia and all, they already started this thing. I've seen my friend recruiting software engineers who work as the gig employees. They'll work on certain project for 3 months and they move out from that organization and take another project and work somewhere
Sure,
else.
yeah.
Or they take a break for 3 months of time.
Yeah, I think there's platforms like Upwork and stuff that
But they're
enable
all
that.
intelligent people, but they wanted to have their own work-life balance in their own style. So hence they're not available for full time.
And then as you considered this kind of honestly like a new model of staffing, were there any other considerations, and what advice would you have to other people maybe considering this model of staffing?
Just because you have that gig employees available, it doesn't mean you'll just go and say that you wanted to recruit this gig. It should be a need based. If your organization, like I said, we have a retail stores and we have a need of this employment. So hence I will recruit. Plan accordingly and recruit people. Don't just plan because gig economy is going to be the future. So I will remove everybody and I will only have these people. Then it become very difficult. Yeah.
Right.
According to your business structure, according to your business need, I would suggest you should plan this gig work.
Any other kind of things you want to share with the audience about navigating people across retail? I mean, across so many stores in terms of employee communication and things. How do you anything else you want to share around that?
I would say that, see, we all talk about embracing technology, but you should also see what is the need. If it is need, then you get that tech into the system. But saying that, I would also say that the technology also helps you in communicating to the last man very easily. So all my business communication that I wanted to pass on to my team members, I do it through this social connect. And apart from that, so I would suggest that tech plays a very important role and everybody should embrace technology and use it in a right way for the right things.
Yeah. Well, I want to congratulate you on what seems like a job well done over 2 years at Sangeetha Mobiles.
Thank you so much.
And 50 years of the company in its existence. So yeah, I think the audience, we learned a lot today, I think, about all the different things that it takes to bring a company into the future, and seems like you guys have a nice trajectory and a long way to go. So good luck on that, and thank you so much for the time. Thanks for joining.
Thank you so much once again. Thank you the entire team. I'd like to thank everybody over here, and thanks for having me here once again.
Likewise. Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah.